Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the Fix This Build That Sunday Night Live show. I'm Brad.
And I'm Susan.
And she's still trying to find out on Instagram, which we're not on anymore. So boom,
Okay,
how you doing?
I totally just did it.
I know you did.
And I have it.
Welcome. We are just back from our vacation. I guess I should put this on. Sorry for that.
They probably could still hear you.
I know, I'm sure you still could. I'm loud, but I'm sure you can hear me better now.
Yep.
We just got back from our vacation in Gatlinburg. We had spring break this week, so it was awesome. We had a great time out in a cabin there. I posted a picture of that was not the cabin we stayed in. That was like a historical cabin.
That would have been horrible.
Yeah. You could there's like huge gaps in the walls.
Cold and wet.
And so we had an awesome time for spring break and just relax with the family and our 3 kids and my parents, and it was a lot of fun. Let's hear. We got Mario from Canada. We got Katie. What's up, Katie? Gregory Hicks. I call him Gregory. We'll just go with Greg Hicks. Nail Bender in the house. John Holmberg. What's up, John? Stan Powell. Hey, Stan. How are you? Katie. I'm just repeating the same names. Big Willie, Michael, Disabled Vet Woodworking. What's up, Michael? And let's see here. Who else do we have? Burke Makes Stuff. Dwayne Taylor, James McIntyre, and Brian Farth. What's up? And Tyrone came over, man.
Hey, Tyrone.
Awesome. Welcome,
hey, everybody.
welcome.
And thank you, Katie. Katie says I am dynamite in red.
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
In
Appreciate
red.
it. Ooh. Hey, I can't get this to do anything. I don't know why. It's just doing nothing.
I don't know.
Oh.
How's that for
I didn't actually click it. I'm used to that one where you just touch it. Never mind.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, this is behind the scenes boring stuff.
It's all good. So this week, obviously, we didn't have anything going on for
Well, we had lots of things going on, but nothing for FTBT.
Nothing for FTBT.
Except for the rustic cabin.
Yeah, the rustic cabin in the house. Let's see here. How do I do that? If I go in, we're just going to click that. We're trying to get her all set up.
Mine.
You know, Susan still needs a little helping hand, which
sometimes I do.
All right,
Brad's always fixing things for me.
I am. That's because I love you.
He's
all right, pop out
get
the
this
chat.
or fix this. Roll that. But you're that's so bad.
Okay.
But really.
There we go. And now we should be muted. All right. Perfect. There you go. Sweetsums.
Perfect.
Cool. So before we jump into
you sound like an infomercial. So
before we jump into anything else, let's welcome some new members to the Builders Club. We had Aaron Kessler and Luray Nuss. Luray or Lori? I'm going to go with Lori, just like a cool spelling of Lori. So thank you guys for joining the Builders Club. And they get new content, new access. They get behind the scenes content, early access to videos, as well as shout outs in the live and at the end of the videos, as well as free plans. So if you want to get some of that cool stuff and want to help support the channel, we would love to have you as part of the Builders Club. No pressure, obviously, but you can check it out at fixthisbuildthat.com/Builders Club. And thank you to Aaron and Lori and all of our other Builder Club members out there.
Thank you.
Cool. So,
man, again with the infomercial voice.
So, I'm like, back
it's very dynamic.
Jeez. All right, who else we got joining up?
What did you eat or drink for dinner tonight that I did not have?
I have no idea. I did have a do pretty late. So, what's up, Colin? We got Scott, Ethan. Who else we have here? The Black Mini. How's it going? Doc Liberty. What's up, Doc?
Hey, Doc.
Dude, you're pulling the all-nighter over there, man.
Yeah.
And Adrian in the house. Awesome, guys. Well, this week, so we did the, what did we do what was the last one? The video?
The lights?
The lights, yes. The lights, which are still working great.
We're just stumbling around here.
Whatever.
The lights. They were, oh my gosh, they're wonderful.
They are wonderful. We've been using them.
It is amazing when you put lighting, like real lighting in a room.
It's just.
That's been dim for 7 years.
So good.
It's so nice.
So good.
Yeah.
And so the plan was to do a storage cart video. The next project is going to be a storage cart, and it still is. But I know we've been talking about this for a long time on the live.
What?
Tomorrow is our new editor, thumbnail creator, digital. He's our digital
Jack of all
content lead,
trades.
Chris.
And
Chris's first day is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
First employee that
is not related to us.
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
So we are super excited about that. And as such, we're going to need to invest some time in getting him up to speed and just really making sure that we function as a now team of 3 together. So the video, we're going to push that back a week so that we can spend this week really honing in on systems and processes and communication and onboarding and all that good stuff and get him set up for success. So we're really excited about that.
Yes, we are very excited.
We're fired up. And so if any of you have noticed, I've been very absent on social media for over a month now, probably. I just looked and I saw this post and I was like, oh, that wasn't too long because it was like 6 posts ago and it was like February 26th and I was like, ooh.
I mean,
it was like,
yeah.
So I've been doing about a post, 1 or 2 a week at best. And it's just because I've had so much going on. So Chris is going to help that. He's going to be able to help get more of that behind the scenes and in process type footage that I've typically done in the past. I've just, had so much going on. That's fallen by the wayside. So. Right.
Because you were spending a lot of time editing all that for social media, so he's going to be able to do that. And I'm sure he'll be able to do it. Like once he gets the hang of that, I mean, he'll be whipping that out and like just making it look really great. So
we're super pumped.
We're very excited
about that.
He's a really good guy, and he's going to be a great asset to the team.
Let's hear Katie. Well, before I want to open up this beer, so before we jump into anything else, we're going to do the beer of the week. Beer
of the week. Bum, bum, bum.
Beer
of the week.
All right.
This is the remix.
We're going back to a classic, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
That's right. Pale Ale, baby. Katie asked a question. She said, now that you've had it for a few days, you only regret... Oh, this one fell, so just be careful that it doesn't explode.
All good.
We're good. Okay, sorry. Do you only regret doing the 4 lights? I would say no.
Hold on. We're in the middle of the Beer of the Week segment. We can't take questions.
You're
Beer
right.
of the Week, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Beer its full due.
We should have had like Shine of the Week. We didn't get the Moonshine.
Oh, we didn't.
We're in Gatlinburg. There's all kinds of distilleries up there.
It's been at least 10 years since we've been to Gatlinburg.
We should have.
And I had no idea.
10 years?
Yes, they were little.
No.
Tyler was a baby.
No.
Yes.
No.
It was like 9 years, maybe. It's been a while. But they were like moonshine places, distillery. Yes, he was a baby.
All right, whatever.
Anyway, it's been a long time. There were distilleries everywhere, but we were with our kids, so we did not hit up any of the distilleries.
So anyway, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
We'll stick with the beer of the week.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a great beer. We had John sent some beer. John
Yum.
Holmberg.
It's good.
And I tried to pick it up, but unfortunately, I have to go to like the desk to pick it up, and they were not open. So
they were not.
Next week, we'll be getting some tasty beers from John.
They're making us jump through an additional hoop to get the beer, but we will do it.
They are. Colin got an X-Carve. Dude, awesome. Enjoy that thing. That's awesome. More CNC videos in the future. Yes, there should be more CNC videos in the future. I've got several things on my mind of things I want to do with that. So I hope to get to those soon as well. Dwayne Tate. Awesome, man. Thanks for coming over from IG, my man.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, that's right. Hey, sorry. I was like, hey, who? And Tim Prince. Tim came over. Awesome. Oh, from Brentwood. Cool. Local guy. Brentwood is just south of Nashville.
Very
That's
cool.
Awesome. And Little Buddy's Bakery. Ethan Schnell. Awesome. Cool, man. I'm glad a lot of you guys came over from Instagram. Isn't this so much better? Just take a minute and comment how nice this is versus, I mean, not that we're doing anything about it, but it's so much better than Instagram. Tim, what's up? We got Average Craftsman in the house and Chris Balducci. Ooh, I like that name, Chris Balducci.
It does roll off the tongue nicely.
So for the 4 lights, I think we like it. The 4 lights, I think,
it's really bright.
It is bright,
but
especially in the evening.
Yeah.
If you're it's like pitch dark and you're putting it on, like when I was shooting the end of the video, I felt like it was not quite bright enough, but it was like still dusk and there was a lot of light, and I was like, and the lights weren't like overpowering the outside light. But then, like, as soon as it got dark outside, it was like, oh, yeah, this is plenty of light.
That room faces the front of our house. And one time I was going out at night to, like, take the garbage out or something. And I didn't realize the blinds were open. Mm-hmm. And it was like, whoa, light shining out. I'm like, oh, I should close the blinds. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really bright. But it's great because we're going to mostly use that space for a workout room. So that'll be really good. Not that we really need to see, like, with bright, but, it just makes you feel more energized, I guess.
I need the light. Like, try to find my muscles. I'm like, where do these things go? I remember when I was 20, in my 20s, I had some huge muscles.
Oh, geez, whatever. Not true.
It's all good. Yeah, not true. I didn't have.
No, like that you can't find your muscles. Ouch. Not true. We might add a ceiling fan to the middle just for cooling the room down, but
yes,
we're not really rushing out to do that.
Could be another video.
Everything could be a video around our house.
That's right.
Yes.
Tim, is Chris filming for me, or am I still filming everything myself? He is not.
No.
That would take a very special skill. because Chris is actually in Seattle. So
Yes.
unfortunately, I mean, we were fortunate we found him, and I'm
Right.
really excited about Chris joining the team. And by the way, huge shout out to our former editor, Scott Madrigal. He's been on here a lot of times, and he did an awesome job. And we became friends, and it was
he's a
awesome.
great guy.
Unfortunately, he has a full-time job, and so he couldn't make the move
Right.
over to us full-time because I just couldn't afford to pay him. He's out in California, and he makes a lot more than I could pay him.
Right.
And he's got 4 kids.
4 kids?
I can't remember. I'm sorry, Scott.
3 or 4 kids.
They're small. You know,
Right.
you lose track
So
of them
he's
when they're
busy.
small.
Yeah, like
And so anyway, but I just want to give a shout out to him. But Chris is coming over. We're super excited. He's in Seattle, so it's going to be a remote type thing.
Right.
Where we're going to be uploading the footage. He'll be grabbing it and doing the editing, and we'll be working off of a network storage and all that good stuff. So.
Yeah, Scott was awesome, especially during the process of us finding the new editor. He was
So
amazing.
supportive. He was helping me pick the guys and give me feedback.
Telling us questions to ask and things like that.
Yeah.
It was wonderful having that perspective.
Shout out to Scott.
So, super good dude. We really appreciate him working with us. It's been about a year, right?
Yeah, it's almost a year.
Yep. So.
Bert makes stuff. I am not on Clubhouse. There's one major reason for that, and that's because
What is Clubhouse?
I don't have an iPhone.
Oh, I do.
She does.
I could be on
I actually
what's
do have.
Clubhouse?
It's like a drop-in audio chat room dealio.
One more thing to be on,
Right.
too.
It's kind of like a live podcast almost.
Oh.
So I think
I've
the
never
way
heard of
I don't even know
this.
the way exactly. I've never been in the app, but I believe the way it works is like you have hosts who can talk,
Right.
and then you can just go in and observe. So it's like almost like having a podcast in front of a live audience.
It's like a TED Talk, kind of.
Not quite, but yeah, kind of. I mean,
Like an audience with
TED
someone
Talks are always,
talking.
yeah, but TED Talks are always one way. Clubhouses are almost always a group
Oh.
of people talking about stuff.
Oh, so it's like an audio chat room. That's what you just said.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the thing now, though.
kinda fun.
I feel like
It's a cool idea.
It is a really cool idea. I get it. Like, but over the last few years, I mean, there are just so many more platforms and things cropping up all the time.
Yeah.
And that is cool in a lot of ways, but also that's one of the reasons one of many reasons why we need to get an editor, because it's like, you
So
know,
much stuff.
to be on, you can't be on everything, and so we
No.
have to.
But and the
kind of
other thing
pick and
is
choose.
that I fully expect Instagram to implement that within the next 2 to 3 months.
Really?
They
Is it
steal
that
everything.
popular?
Yeah, they just like they do. What did they
Well, they
well,
buy it out. Yeah.
Right. So they did. They did Reels
Yep.
when. Reels. Yeah, Reels is basically.
Is that like
Hold on, I'm getting mixed up.
Snapchat?
No, Reels is like
was never
Snapchat
on
and
Snapchat.
TikTok.
Yeah.
IGTV. So Reels only goes up to 30 seconds, but it's like they did the lives, or they did live, they did like anything they find out, like they've knocked off
mean,
Periscope, they
you
took
can't-
Snapchat
you can't-
stuff, they're basically taking
You
everybody's
can't give them
everything.
too much flack. I mean, like they figure out what works and then they do it. You know, what is it? The whole what's that expression? Imitation is the highest form of flattery. Like I don't know if
There's actually more to that
platforms-
quote, but yes,
Is it really?
I think there is.
That's all I know.
And
But
and
yeah,
those
no.
who do it are buttheads.
I definitely don't know that part. But yeah, no, I mean, that'll be very interesting if they do.
Yeah.
But you know what I was thinking the other day?
What?
Are people still on Snapchat? I never hear
Yeah,
about Snapchat
I
anymore.
actually just snapped 3 times.
Did you really? Are you making this up?
No,
I was
did.
never on Snapchat.
There's like-
I'm
yeah.
not on TikTok. Like I try to avoid.
No,
I was thinking about getting off IG.
I literally was watching some videos, and like Snapchat is now monetizing,
Oh.
and so I was like, I'm just gonna throw 3 videos up there. Oh,
You
by the
know,
way,
if they're monetizing.
I just did I uploaded a YouTube Shorts. If you don't know what YouTube Shorts is, it's not a new apparel line. It is
or Bart Simpson.
Bart
That's
Simpson.
what I was
Eat
thinking.
my shorts, dude. It is under 60-second clips that are vertical.
Yeah. It's kind of when you're
And I put one out
scrolling,
today
right?
on the main channel, just to see what would happen. 'Cause
On the
I've
main
seen-
channel?
On the main channel.
You didn't tell me about this.
I did not.
You didn't run this by me.
I did not.
No, I have seen, okay, so when I'm on YouTube scrolling through my little For You page or whatever they call it, I think I see those. It looks like,
Yeah,
just like from a phone.
Yeah.
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 It's interesting.
So anyway,
It'll
if
be
you
really
see it out
interesting
there,
to see how they
give
do.
Give it a thumbs up and a comment. Let's
Yeah.
see if this thing can get cooking.
Like and subscribe, people.
Like and
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Smash that like button. I think that's how you're supposed to say
I
that.
use Snapchat for the filters. Yeah, our phone, the Duo, or like I guess when we call people like and do a video chat like with my family, my phone has all those filters.
Yeah.
And the kids do love that. I mean, it is really fun.
Kids and filters.
Oh my gosh, it gets out of control, but it is fun.
Tyrone Pelfrey, getting an autograph since I was in Woodcraft magazine. How cool was that? I am so excited about that. Actually, we should have brought that out here. I'll have to bring that out next week. But so I had the opportunity to be in Woodcraft magazine. Actually, I did an article on making these cabinets here.
He's a cover guy.
Finishing cabinets.
Yeah.
So there's two. I was in the magazine.
Oh, gotcha.
I was in the 100th issue. I always want to say episode. The 100th issue. I was in there, buried deep in the bowels of the magazine.
He was in there though.
But I had the article. It was like a
Right.
4-page article, 5-page article of the build, which was really cool.
Yep.
And
Super
then
cool.
I was on the cover of the catalog.
Right.
So I'm all over Woodcraft.
You're all over the the Yeah.
So they're
Super
awesome
cool.
partners. Those were two separate things that happened. Actually, they contacted me about the article. My gosh, I've been doing that thing for months.
I know,
That was
yeah.
in November when we first started talking about it.
It was on our.
It's a very
Horizon.
long, as you can imagine, magazine editorial and all that stuff. It's a very long
plan
thing.
it out.
But Tyrone, I would love to sign.
We will
magazine
sign
for
it.
you.
I do feel like it has come full circle from a man. I think I said this last week. From a man who has fairly obsessively collected woodworking magazines and read them, not just collected them. Back in the day, that's what you did, is you just read the magazines. You're in the magazine now, honey.
It's come full circle.
It is really cool.
It's come full circle. I like that Burke Make Stuff did a shorts emoji and they put it in timeout. I just
really?
had to approve that. Jason, I don't have an iPad either, so. Let's see here. Ethan, you inspired me so much to work when I'm just a kid and bought a DeWalt FlexVolt 20-volt max saw. That is awesome, man. Cool. I hope that works out for you. Those are great saws. John Hutton, can you tell us why you have an aversion to dust? John,
why he does?
No, why I do.
No, that's what I'm saying. He, like
Yeah,
you.
me.
Yes. Tell them all of your issues.
Yeah. So, John, I feel like this needs to be a couch session. Like I need to lay down.
No, it's really
on the
easy.
comfy. No, there's two things. It's
I know
not
why.
the one easy reason is I do have asthma, so I'm kind of prone to irritants. I used to have asthma pretty bad when I was younger. It's just more of a nuisance now that hardly ever comes up. But I am prone to things in the air, like to irritation and that kind of stuff. So I like to be dust free as possible. And then the other thing is, it freaks me out. I don't like it. It doesn't freak me out. Like I don't want to go that far, but
You don't have a phobia,
I don't have a phobia.
dust phobia.
I
You
don't.
have nightmares about dust. I could see you having a nightmare about dust.
Somebody
Extreme
Taylor
dust.
is Taylor on? Taylor sent me. He was cutting up a bunch of MDF and he
Oh, geez.
tagged me and he was like, "This is what your nightmares are made of,"
It
or
would
something.
be, for sure. Well, also, you're allergic to dust. That probably goes hand in hand with the allergy. Because
that's true.
Whenever
Yeah.
there's like a really, really dusty thing in our house, he will very nicely ask me if I can handle it. Because you get like a wet rag and try to contain it and everything.
Yeah.
Because
No,
I'm not allergic to dust and I don't have asthma.
Not a
So
fan.
it's
I'm
easier for
like
me.
actually allergic to like the dust mites, which is weird. I mean, I don't know if that was part of the asthma
Yeah.
thing or what. Like when I was younger and I had a bunch of stuffed animals and like we had to bag them all up and like
Right.
kill all the dust.
I bet that's like a thing, like from you just kind of learned over time that dust was not your friend, and then without even thinking about it, like you just have an aversion to it.
And I don't like the way it feels under my feet on the concrete. So there you go.
Well, there you go.
It
does not like the grit.
we got all kinds of we got Tyler's, we got Tyrone, we got the Ties up in the house.
Usually it's the John and
I know.
Johnny's or the Chris's.
Tyler Newmeyer. Do I use a laptop for Fusion, and what specs would I recommend? I don't. I use my desktop, which is my editing machine, which is pretty stout. It has a Intel i990K, which is pretty high-end processor still. But I built it about coming up on 3 years now, and I've got like a gazillion megs of RAM. I can't remember if I got 32 or 64. I got a lot. I threw it. I've been trying to get a new graphics card, and you can't get them because of all this stinking Bitcoin mining. But But yeah, so I use a really powerful machine, Tyler, and I don't know what the specs are. I mean, I'm sure you can look in there and see what they are, but it does take some power for sure. There's some stuff you can render in the cloud, but like even just, the navigating of the 3D, it'll definitely tax your machine. So I don't think you need anything like what I have, but I would imagine you could easily get away with probably like an i5. Like if you have a decent laptop, like I've got this Samsung laptop right here. I actually don't even know what the processor is on it. And I've got this one. Actually, this one is let me look at what this one is, because I'm fairly certain I've done Fusion on this guy. And let me just see if I can look real quick, because I bought this laptop I bought about 2.5 years ago, and I forget what it actually has in it. But let me look. I think it's an i7. Let me see if we can see it. But yeah, it's not like hugely overbearing. You don't need like something crazy. So this is an i7 8550, so it's obviously the mobile version. It's only 2 gigahertz, and I've got 16 gigs of RAM. So like if you've got 16 gigs of RAM and a decent, newer processor, I think you'll be fine. All right, let's see what else we got here. By the way, March Madness, what the heck, man? UT got squashed first round. We are horrible in the dance. So if any of you guys and gals have teams still going in there, then good luck. All right, what do we have there? Looking at a delta. Oh, what was that? Looking at a delta. I missed it. And we're way behind on comments, by the way. So if you want to ask a question, if you can just say @FixThisBuild.live, and then it will come up in yellow, and it's easier for me to pick them out of the actual comments here. 50. Greg Hicks bought a scroll saw for $50. That's nice. That's nice. You shorts are seriously damaged my channel growth. I wouldn't. I think that's an overarching statement there, Nail Bender. That's not true at all.
Well, there's some
for certain
dilemma about Yeah,
let's talk about shorts for a little bit.
let's talk about shorts.
Let's talk about shorts. So shorts are not necessarily damaging for long-term creators. It depends upon how you're using them, what you're trying to do with them, and how you publish them even. So I put a lot, believe me, you guys know me. So I didn't just like fly off the handle and
If anyone's going to think this through,
yeah.
This guy.
So I looked at a lot of people, and there are people that are creating second channels, and I actually have a second channel called FTBT Shorts. If you go look it up, it literally has 0 subscribers. So
you could be the first.
You could be the first subscriber.
Go for it.
I put some out, but then they were not formatted. I downloaded from TikTok, so I did one native, and then I uploaded some from TikTok, but I somehow like it just down converted it, and it looked horrible. So they're really crappy. And I put out like 5 of them just to see what would happen. Not much happened, obviously. And so I was looking at that. And then I have a YouTube partner manager who works for YouTube. And we've had conversations. We've been talking a lot about the strategy. And so what it comes down to is that, if you dilute your channel, yes, you can do it. So there's 2 things. One thing, when I put that shorts out, I did not post it to my subscriptions or make it hit my feed. So that's why none of you got notifications, because if you don't, you have to uncheck some boxes. So if you don't uncheck those boxes, then everybody who gets notified when you get videos would get it, and they'd be like, what the heck? So I know there's been a lot of backlash for people that are just starting to incorporate shorts content and then not turning off notifications. I think that's a miss personally, because I don't think people want to see that. But what's going to end up happening, YouTube has no idea what they're doing right now. They're just trying to catch on to the trend, and they don't know they haven't figured out how to unwind that yet, but they're going to figure that out. And a year from now, there will be a whole new thing where it won't matter if you post a shorts, there might even be a whole different thing. Right now, if you go into YouTube and across the top, it's got the videos, community, posts, it's got all those things, channels.
The little.
A year from now, I 100% think there will be a shorts, or less than a year from now, there'll be a shorts segment. And when you post just like when I post a post or a story on YouTube, that doesn't notify everybody, it doesn't go in there, it just goes into its own feed, and it doesn't mess with things. That's going to be the same thing with shorts. They just haven't gotten there yet.
Did you get all this information from the YouTube dude?
A lot of it, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and just knowing how YouTube works
Right.
and seeing what they've done with every other product.
Single time. Yeah.
That they, their whole goal, right? Their goal is not to kill creators' channels, and so they're going to make sure that that doesn't happen. Now, are there downfalls in the short term? Absolutely. And if you don't manage it properly, so what I will not be doing is diluting I won't be posting daily and like diluting if you went into my videos tab. That's the only concern with me right now is the video tab. And when you go to the video tab, you'll now see, if you go there, you'll see my latest video is shorts. And I've like made a different thumbnail so you can clearly tell it's a short. And I don't want that to just be overwhelmed with shorts content. And so since I didn't post a video, like that's probably what I'll do is every Sunday that I don't post a video, I'll post a short. So there will be weekly content that way, except again, it's not going to go to the notifications. So, I think I think it's definitely jumping way over the front end of saying that's going to ruin people's channels. I think if you don't put mindset and thought into how you do it, sure it could, but just by the nature of it being there, it's not going to, because YouTube is smart enough that they know short content, and then they know long-term content, they know live content, they get all that stuff.
They want to reach everybody,
right? And they're not gonna destroy people's channels, while they're using their new feature. And the other side of it is that those can get traction, and you can get a lot of views and subscribers off them potentially.
Oh, cool.
That's where I'm at on it. Those are my thoughts. And I'm going to react like maybe if my channel does start to tank, maybe I'd go back over to the shorts channel. Like I'm literally like I want to experiment, because right now it's the same thing like when TikTok first started. Right now is like a land grab of shorts because nobody's doing it. Most people are not doing it. I'll say nobody. There's a very small set of people doing it. It's a lot easier to get served on that shelf. The short shelf is what they call it.
The short shelf.
Which is really funny. The shorts shelf, which is even funnier, I think. And so if you get in now, you can get in front of people a lot easier. And like I was looking at Keith Johnson, he put out one, he's got like 2.4 million views on it.
Wow.
Who was it? Tools Today had one, it's got like 3.5 million views. Like, there's ones out there, it can hit and go, and then you can pick up a lot of subscribers. Now, it's not monetized on the short shelf. It is not monetized.
But it's like a gateway thing. You can lead them
right, but you bring people over
to other things.
So that's kind of, let's see what people are saying about it, but that's kind of where
cool.
I'm at the moment. Excuse me. All right. And Burke pieced out. What's up? We got Larry. Larry's here. In the room that they put the lights in, is it front-facing window where lots of sun is coming in? Blinds would work. Yeah, we do have blinds.
We have blinds, and we actually don't get a lot of sun in that one. It was more about the light in the room not being bright enough.
Yeah.
And then privacy at night, but we've got blinds, so we're good.
And Doc, I have multiple EpiPens, and my daughter does too.
I said that, yeah.
We've got like 12 EpiPens in our house right now.
We have nut allergies in this family.
Colin, I heard Ohio State got booted early too.
I mean, that's pretty surprising.
I know.
I kind of
Rick,
forgot March Madness was even happening though.
Looking to buy a lathe, any suggestions? Honestly, Rick, the one that I have is awesome. It's the Jet 1221 variable speed, and it's a fantastic MIDI lathe, mini/MIDI. It's a MIDI, I guess. So it's bench top. You can move around. You can mount it, which I have. But it's digital.
Right.
I think variable speed. If you can spring for that extra variable speed, because my original one was just belt driven, and so you could adjust it like 5 or 6 different speeds. But having a variable speed lathe is the only way to fly. If you're going to be doing any type of turning, I would highly recommend that. And that one is a great smaller lathe. All right, waiting on the Laguna 14B, 14 band. Oh, those, yeah. Oh my gosh, not till May, Tyrone. That's
when
horrible.
did you order it?
Everything's on.
Right, it's like all back ordered
right
order.
now. Oh, did Brian Brian go over and subscribe to FTBT Shorts?
Yeah.
Boom, Brian, you're the man. Excuse me.
That's a long time though to wait.
I know it is.
I wonder when that's going to kind of calm down,
I know.
More and more people are getting the
too.
shot, like they're getting the vaccine, and like the people that I've talked to that we know just in real life that have gotten their vaccine or are hoping to get it soon are like ready to just kind of go back to normal everything once
Normals.
they've had it.
Let's do it.
So we'll see, barring any kind of twist, any like plot twist where they're like, oh, new
Plot
variant,
twist, those vaccines only work 2 months.
Oh yeah, like do they know how long they're going to work?
No, they don't.
See, that is
But hopefully at
concerning.
least like the
It'd be like a
season.
booster
It'll be like,
or something.
It's like
Yeah.
the flu shot, right? I mean, you're going to have to get a flu shot every year.
That's true.
So
That's
it might
true.
be the same thing, but
I would
we'll have to
imagine,
find
not
out.
to get too far into the vaccine thing, but now that they have versions that are effective, hopefully they could just tweak those as needed.
I hope so.
I don't know how that works, so who knows, but yeah.
Let's hear it. Wallem Lake. I have not started. I think you joined just shortly after we were talking about that, but I am going to be working on that late this week, and it'll be for not a week from today, but 2 weeks from today will be the video, because our new editor is coming on board tomorrow, and we're going to be spending a lot of time with him. Let's see here. What else we got? Travis, what's up, dude? Doc, did I know? Did you know? Did you?
He was throwing some shade at you.
Yes.
I have to say,
believe
Doc,
me, Doc, I am the less damaged of the group. You got the glasses.
I thought you were talking
You got
about
the heart condition.
I do have heart condition. It's not that big of a
Susan's
deal,
got a lot
though.
of. You got the scoliosis.
No, I would
you got all
say-
kinds of like.
How does that affect you?
You're bending the kids over and like checking them out. Like you go
I
straight
do.
back.
Well, because I'm tall. I am a tall person, and so they missed the scoliosis when I was a kid. Because I guess the longer your spine is, like, the less obvious it is. So I'm always like checking them, like, to make sure.
Checking out the stuff. Yeah.
I didn't know I had it until I was like 22, and it was kind of too late at that point. So.
Yeah.
But no, like I have to say, other than the dust situation and
the
the
tree
nut
nut
allergy, which he passed on to our daughter, so it was not like your choice, but
It's opposite.
other than those things, like you really are
Yeah,
kind of a specimen.
I'm pretty resilient.
He's got really good vision, really good hearing, and really good smell, really good like
smell
all of the
great.
senses are very strong. But no, like you have all the like super senses.
Yes, I do.
To your detriment at times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't always smell great, but right now I
So,
do.
and he's very
think,
smart.
yeah.
So, yeah.
I think that's going to be the
It's
thing.
just the nut allergy. I don't always smell great is the name.
No, it's going to be I smell great. It's going to be me sniffing my armpit.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Hey, you smell pretty good right now.
That's right. I smell like a
showered.
fire because we just made
That's
a fire.
right.
outside.
You guys were out making a fire tonight.
Brian, see, look, there you go. KJ's clogging your notifications. Yeah, he can turn that off. He doesn't have to be doing that. Katie D, what is the finish of choice for a walnut desktop? My finish of choice would be Rubio Monocoat Pure, 100%. It's awesome. It is expensive, but you can get it in these smaller little jobbies. Like you can get it in these guys right here. These little 100 milliliter bottles, little plastic bottles, and this is like a charcoal, so it's a tinted. And what do we use this on? Do we use this on?
Huh?
What do we use the charcoal on?
I don't know. I'm busy having conversations over here. I don't know what you're doing.
I mixed something. Oh, I used it to stain plywood to try to match. I used it to try to match the regular plywood. But anyway, Rubio Monocoat Pure. I would get that. I don't know how, like one of those bottles is probably like that little itty bitty bottle is probably is a lot, probably like $35, if not more.
Because you don't use very much, right?
But that bottle would easily cover, and you need the catalyst too, but that bottle would cover, I don't know the square foot, I don't know, let's look. I don't know what the square foot coverage is on it, but that would cover multiple desks. Let's see here if this says, this doesn't tell me much of anything. I bet it, the larger can does though. Let me look at the larger can.
Does that say charcoal based or whatever?
Yeah, that's a charcoal colorant.
Charcoal's
So-
everywhere. Charcoal blankets.
I know. Charcoal blankets.
I saw
charcoal
something at
blankets.
Costco. They had like charcoal pillows or something. I don't
even know how to read this. Okay, it says consumption.
Don't
30
consume it.
Oh, okay. So, all right, you're going to have to do some math because I have no idea what this means. Consumption is 30 to 50 meters squared per liter.
What does that mean?
This is 1 liter. And that's 100 milliliters, so that's a tenth of a liter.
To me, consumption sounds like,
No, that's
should
like
you
it's coverage.
accidentally ingest this?
Right, no. So that would be your coverage.
Call poison control, I don't know.
So if you do the math on that, 30 to 50 meters squared per liter.
That's a lot of math right there.
Whatever that turns out to be. So I guess that would, well, we could do some easy math. That would be 3 to 5 meters squared per that little bottle. So what is that? That would be like
I like how you're
squared.
asking me this. I don't know.
That would be like 3 to 6 meters, 3 to 5 meters squared. Like you see like, which would be like 9 square feet.
Yep.
That doesn't seem like a lot.
Scott wants to know if you've used walrus oil furniture butter. It seems like it relates.
I have not.
I want to know.
I have not.
Walrus oil.
Walrus oil, yeah.
Is that just a name?
No,
or...
they actually milk it from walruses.
No, like, how do they get the walrus oil? So they have oily skin and they can just like go around and then like skim it off.
Yes, I think
I mean, they're really fatty, right? That just sounds disturbing.
Oh yeah, that does.
It does.
John,
Let's not
any
think
tips
about
on
that
using
anymore.
an electric hand planer on a large surface? I don't, man. I don't have any, I've never used an electric hand planer on anything other than like an edge, which is very easy to use it on. I take that back. That's not true. I've used it. I've used it on like corners to like knock down high spots. I've never used it to try to get a consistent thing, but I would say, because I do have some experience from doing that. I would say like make sure you're starting from off the board and then continuing until you're done. That will help you eliminate any like gouges, because that's like when I was going in and just like taking off high spots, like it was a mess. So if you want to get a consistent thing, you got to make sure you start off and finish off. And then you would need to, obviously overlap the passes. So, and then take one pass and then move to the next. And so like don't take multiple passes, because then you'll start getting that. So if you think about it like almost like you're finishing, I would think about it in a similar way, that you don't want to go back over what you've already finished. Same thing, you don't want to go back over what you already planed. So, keep going across there, taking off a pass at a time. And then like if you kind of miss something, like a little piece, come back to it on the next pass, versus like trying to knock it down, because you might, make a gouge and then it becomes hard to deal with. Larry got a shot last night. It was like the flu. We all kinds of people talking about flu shots, or those shots. Yes. Let's see here. Susan knows I'm overly sensitive.
You are. Actually, I have to say, you have the acute hearing and everything, but I cannot. What is the name for the sounds people make when chewing food with their mouths open? Like the loud crunching that drives you crazy, because I have that with everybody. Especially
which is hilarious.
The members of my family.
Your jaw is like...
I know, I have a messed up jaw. I have a broken jaw, long story, but so it pops. But that doesn't bother me. It's everybody else that chews the first bite of chips or popcorn with their mouth open, and then they chew the rest of it closed. Oh, yes. I have to will myself.
Yeah. Okay. So square meter 9. Okay, 9 square feet. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, that's right. So that would be like 27 to 35 square feet coverage out of that little bottle.
James said, whose idea was it to do math on a Sunday night? I said,
I know.
You're an engineer.
I'm trying to drink a beer.
Do it for fun. Our oldest son would totally be doing math for fun.
When woodworking convention, Katie, I thought you said when woodworking conversations start back up. Like, okay, when we're done talking about vaccines and conventions. We were planning on having her come to...
we were, right before
to
everything.
Workbench Con, the other Workbench Con, and then what happened? Unfortunately, most of those are during school.
Yeah.
And so, it's a little bit harder that way. But yes, we would love to have Susan at the next Workbench Con, or
we would
whatever
love to.
The next thing is. I would love the pony as well, but
if we can find someone to take care of our children. Yeah, I'm like the kid taxi these days. That would be even harder because we've got to drive people
Yeah,
into school.
yeah.
Multiple people
So
up from school.
if we didn't have 3 kids, we would most certainly she would be there. But
So yeah, get back to us in like 10 years.
Yeah.
We'll be all set. We'll be there. I'll be there then.
we'll see. We'll
No,
see.
maybe.
Michael Stockdale, what's up, my man? So anyway, but let's go to the next question here. Zach Shello, would I recommend the Dust Right hoses? Looking to upgrade and but not ready to hard pipe in every tool. Zach, those work very well. I still use that one for my main dust hose. I've got the blue one that is the collapsible, and it's like it's the Big Daddy. I forget. It's like, I think it's like 3, 4, and 5. Like the 3-foot one goes to like 27, and the 5-foot one goes to 45 feet or something crazy. I think it's like a 1-to-9 ratio on the expansion. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. What length is that? Because I feel like
that's what I'm saying. I think
it reaches everything pretty well.
It's not. Yeah, and it doesn't. That won't reach 45.
Everything that you need.
But
yeah.
I can reach it around tools, and I can reach it like all the way to the stairs. That's got to be.
Can you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
To the very front of the stairs, like if I'm reaching.
It would really be stretching at that point.
Yes, but yeah, it's a great hose. It is a great hose.
You know, Brad uses it a lot too.
I do.
So he's vacuuming up the dust.
Yep, I got hose. Lots of dust hose. You can pick.
What?
Nothing.
I wasn't listening. I was reading.
Yes.
I like Taylor's very positive.
Oh, here comes
nice
Taylor.
inquiry here. Have you ever considered hard piping dust collection for your shop?
Taylor, no, I know for a fact that you're just jabbing me.
He says it like this may never have crossed your mind
Taylor
before.
just comes on and asks these questions like he's a total noob.
Yeah.
No.
Never going to
never
respond
been around
to that,
hearing
Taylor.
me,
You know that he's been up nights thinking about this, unable to make a decision. I mean, it is hard.
So.
Talk about it now.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Taylor. I wish that I had. I've got a situation over here that I'm sure I could solve by doing a different layout, but I just haven't put the time and effort to it. As you guys, most of you guys know, my main tool wall is on that side of the shop, and that's where all the heavy tools are. Like that's where all my power is, except for like this one outlet, and then I added the other one for the miter saw. So to avoid running extra stuff. I just haven't put a lot of power over there, and like the dust collection, everything's over here. And because of that, like my table saw's in the middle, and then I've got my drill press, my bandsaw, my router table, my flip top with the benchtop planer and the Craig Foreman, and then my drum sander. And so it's kind of like the whole line. And then on the back side of that, after the table saw, I've got the dust collector, then the X-Carve, which is just like so big. I mean, I love using the X-Carve, but my gosh, I hate how much space it takes up. And then I've got the garage door also. So it's like where the dust collector is situated, it just makes it hard, man. Like it makes it, because if I pipe it, I'd have to, it's like 3 feet behind my table saw. So I'd have to come out and I'd lose a lot of, this is silly, I know I'm saying it, but because I've got a flex hose on it right now, so it'd be better than that. But I just want to optimize it. That's my thing. I want to optimize it, and it's like, because I can't have it the way I want it, I'm just not doing it. Versus being like,
it's a dilemma.
Okay, I'm at like a 5, and like, I want to be at a 95.
A 95? I thought you were going to say like a 10.
Well, okay.
Jeez.
I was going, yeah.
You just went way up there.
All right, let's go with scale 1 to 10. I'm on a 3.
Okay.
I'm on a 3 because I have dust collection. I mean, it is like a 5. I'm like at a 5 because I've got like dust collection to everything, right?
Okay, right.
So I'm like at a 5. I want to be at a 10, but I could probably get to like a 7 or an 8.
Which is better than a 5.
That's my whole point, is I
Right.
should do it.
Right.
But I know I can't get to a 10, and so instead of going to the 7 or an 8, I just stay at a 5, which is stupid.
Would you call it analysis paralysis?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would.
Heard it here first.
It's all good.
Actually, probably not the first.
731 Woodworks, what's up, my man? Appreciate you making the video on leaving your job to do this full time, gearing up to do the same. Dude, that's awesome, man. I love it. In all honesty, I haven't seen a ton of your videos, but I have seen some of them. And I was watching your Craig 720 review the other day. I thought that was great, and looks like you got some great content. And so, best of luck to you, man. I would love to see you succeed on that. What? 731 Woodworks?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And feel free to hit me up if you have any questions. I definitely got a
Yeah.
heart for helping folks going full time. And obviously, I'm sure you listen to Made for Profit or have at least seen it. Tons of great information in there. And congrats on that and best of luck, because it is like, that was the best move we ever made for our family.
That was the best. Like, I still remember we were out on a walk one night, and you were like, the very beginning of stages of that, when you were like, what if we made some financial decisions and lived life differently now so that we could live life differently then? And I was scared. I mean, like, we've talked about this on here before.
Did it on a walk so I could run.
Right.
Like, she didn't respond
I can't catch him. No. And I knew he hated his job, not to go way down this rabbit hole, but like, I knew you were never really happy in corporate America. You were successful, but not happy or fulfilled. And at the time I was staying home with our kids and I loved it. And I mean, for the most part, of course, I had days where they were little crazy people, but
kids,
it was good. And I don't know, I want him to be happy. And so, like, I have to say, for anyone that's thinking about this, having your significant other being on the same page with you is crucial. And it's a process, though. It wasn't like, I'm not great with change. So it wasn't like he was like, I'm going to quit my job. Not sure how much money we're going to be able to make. I mean, it was a slow process. But at the end of the day, from day one, like, I wanted him to be happy, and
you want us to be happy too.
I know I did, but like, I was pretty happy day to day. Like,
she was living the high life. She's sitting at home with the
bonbons.
bonbons.
Like, what I wasn't.
Once the kids started going off to school, and then she was down to like one. Then she was living the high life. Just her and her daughter, they're going out getting their nails done.
Getting her nails done. No,
having fun.
Anyway, but I was gonna say, the part I didn't like was the fact that you weren't able, like, on a good night, Brad would get home from work at like 5:45. Usually it was more like 6:30. Usually not later than 6:30, but around 6 to 6:30. Yep. And so it was stuff like, you were never able to go to the soccer practices. Yep. You were never able to coach a game or like anything like that, because he worked and had to drive. His commute was long, and it was like the quality of life as a family that wasn't great. But so I want you to be happy, but it does take time. So
it does take time.
Lay the seeds in, like,
3 years.
Just
3
keep
years.
at it. But it's totally worth it.
Big Willie. He passes that question up every time I ask about the dust collector.
I saw that.
That's right. That's kind of the way I do it, Big Willie. You know me. Wallem just ran some 20 amp outlets with EMT conduit in the shop. So much better. Awesome, dude. Yeah, adding more outlets to the shop is a huge benefit,
that's
man.
huge.
Just not to have to run extension cords and all that. Let's see here. Scott, when it comes to organization, what do I use or do what I use for small parts? Mini Sterilite containers. So yeah, for small parts, I got these back here, Scott, which I use a lot of. That's where most of my small parts are in those containers back there in these. Sorry, I'm just closing this other thing up. Is in these guys right here. I've had these forever, decades. Probably close to it, 15 years easy. So this is kind of where all my screws are. Not actually, this is where all of my kind of random stuff. I got these actually from Susan's grandfather. This is like a lot of like nuts and bolts and just like weird, like, I don't know. Let's open it up. Let's find out what's in here. It's like, sheet metal screws, just different size bolts, like small, 832 hex nuts, 632, 540. So I like these things, eye bolts, some bushings, all kinds of crazy stuff. And then I've got screws, and then I've got one thing for like all the miscellaneous like flathead screws. I'm sure you guys all have that like junk drawer, or like this is for like, anytime I like have extra flathead screws. So I change them I segment them between flathead and countersunk. I mean, like, if you can't find the screw you need in here, then,
It doesn't exist.
But here's what usually happens, right? You guys tell me if this happens to you too. It's like you come in and you're like, all right, I need 2 of these type of screws. And I find one and I can't find the other one. And that is so aggravating. But so I've got these, and this is what I use mainly. And then on the other side, I've got some different things here. But I do have also some of those small parts containers are the, snap little, I don't know what you call them, the bin system, not a bin, but what I'm talking about. The carrying case that opens up and it's got a bunch of grid in there. It's like the HDX ones from Home Depot. I think it is. and I've got 4 or 5 of those. I've got like drawer hardware, other types of screws. That's where all my electrical connectors are. And what else is over there? Hanging hardware. I've got like a whole thing of hanging hardware. So I try to segment them that way. And then that way I can just like grab what I need, open it up and go from there. Yeah, storing small parts, man, it's a pain in the butt. But you know, it's all good. Building an elevated platform to get the footprint back. Dadgummit, that's exactly what I want to do, Taylor. And that's what I'm stuck with, man. That's what I'm stuck with, is like how to get, I was looking at, so let me start over. I'm going to get in this thing where I just start saying half sentences and go on to the next one in my mind, so I'll try not to do that. But
I like how you say that like it's a new thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I want to do the same thing, Taylor. So like having this huge dust collector in your shop, it just takes up so much room, and I would love to have one that's mounted on the wall. And so I was looking at the Oneida systems, and some of those are good, and they have like wall-mounted options, which is great, and they make I forget what they are. I was just looking at them, like VM3000 or V3000, something like that. And then there's like the Dust Star Mega, Megalomaniac, something. I don't know, whatever
Megalomaniac.
They got. Sure, I don't know. They've got they got like the big one. I wasn't going to get that one. I was going to go like that next level. I think it's the VM3000 or V3000, and have it wall mounted. But like those have this huge, like the takeoff on the pleated filter is like so big, man. It's like, it's crazy. I don't know why it's like so long and drawn out. I mean, I'm sure it's for airflow reasons, but it seemed like when I looked at it, I wouldn't gain much room. And so like I'd have to go way up, and I don't have the space to do that. And then you've got to have the bin at the bottom anyway, so you can't get it completely off the floor. And yeah, that's one of the major reasons, honestly, Taylor, that I've been trying to like figure out, is there a better way to hang it, mount it, position it? And that's why I've not hard piped it, because I don't think it's where I want it in the end. All right, who else do we have here? Let's see here. Let's see, Tim, seriously considering pulling the trigger. About a year's salary and savings. Can't live off of YouTube right now, but I like to give it a go. And I hate my job.
I responded to him, yeah.
And I hate my job. Yeah, well, you've got the recipe. You got the recipe, Tim, as far as hating your job and having, if you've got that year's salary built up, that's awesome.
That's
man.
A lot, yeah.
That is really great. That's, there were 2 things that we wanted to do. We want to have a really large savings, so that we had, a year's salary built up, or not even a year's salary, a year's. So there's a big difference here, Tim. Think about this, and everybody else. There's a huge difference between a year's salary and a year's living expenses. So one of the things I think that as you get into thinking about quitting a constant salary job and going to work for yourself, is like the first thing you need to ask yourself, like it's all an equation, right? And it's what's coming in versus what's going out.
It's math again.
It's math. Here we go, math again. We're mathing. It's what's coming in, what's going out. When you have a day job that is a salary job, you know what's coming in every single month. It's the exact same number, right? And then you get a little raise, or you might get a bonus or whatever, but that's the exact same number, and you can count on it. What's going out, you've got fixed costs and you've got variable costs. And I'm not talking business stuff, I'm talking personal, right? So what we did is we were like, all right, well, what can we live on, and what kind of stuff can we pull back on, and how can we eliminate the stuff going out?
Right.
And so that's when we
got really serious about that.
We got super serious, and we made a push to be debt free, and that was a major reason why we were able to go full time.
Yeah.
Is because like we never had any credit card expense, because it's not something we believe in.
Right.
And we didn't have car debt for a long time, and then we were just paying off all of our loans. We had almost no student debt. I don't think we had any student debt.
No. We were very lucky with that, yeah.
Yeah, so like if you start throwing all that money towards all your bills and doing,
right.
The whole,
like
debt snowball, Dave Ramsey type thing.
Yeah.
Then if all of a sudden every dollar that you reduce in expenses is $1 less you have to bring in. So
yeah.
If you say, I need $70,000, I'm making $70,000 and I want to replace that. Well, if my expenses are whatever, $30,000, and I reduce that down to $25,000, then now I only need $65,000. Like,
right.
You keep doing that, until you get to a point where if all you're paying for is your food and your insurance and that kind of stuff, it becomes a really easy equation to solve for, man. Like, you don't need to make that much. I think I was only making, I mean, I don't want to say only, because I know it's a lot of money, but I want to say I was probably making about $50,000 total. And then for us to like, when we went full time, it was under that.
Okay.
It was like 40, 45, something like that.
Right. Which was a drop in salary.
Which was a major drop in salary.
Right.
I was making over $100,000 in my day job.
Right. But our kids were pretty
then.
young at the time. I don't know if you have kids, but like our kids were pretty young, and I mean, like, yeah, there are expenses with that, but at the same time, it was easier to control. They weren't asking to go and do all these like crazy expensive things.
Right.
And we told them, we sat them down and said, like, listen, here's like, I mean, at a certain point.
Food, except for Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
No, but like they kind of knew we were on a plan. Like I told my family at Christmas
we stopped buying
one
Christmas
year.
gifts.
Well, we didn't do that completely,
Yeah,
but
we did.
a little bit.
Well,
we tried.
for the siblings.
Right.
So for like my sister, her sisters,
or we reduced what we were spending.
husbands,
because
right?
It's
We
not
still bought for the kids, but we
right. It's not about like, I mean, the whole point that we were trying to bring was that it's not about how much you're spending on everybody. It's like the meaning of Christmas and all of that, and we really do believe that, and so we kind of just were brave enough in a way. It was my family. So for me, it was like being able to say, you know what, this is different than everything we've done before, but it's a choice that we are making as a family, and this is it. And like, that's it, you know? And so just being able to do something so different. And it was really, gosh, it worked out great, you know? And I typed this in to him, but I was going to say, when you left your job, your corporate gig, and you went full time, you were able to hustle even harder than you did part time. And so that money that we were making for the business went up more, I would think, more than we expected that first year.
Yeah.
Because it was like he was just able to churn out so much more, right?
Because I was working harder, you know, obviously. And that's the thing. If you're going to go, like, you know, it's not going to be on easy street, right? I mean, if you really want to do it. But I was working, you know, same thing. Like when when they were gone, I was working 12 or 16-hour days still. That first year or two to get things continue to roll, and then like we had some breathing room because like we got some big contracts and
some sponsorships,
and you know, I mean, we're just really.
And once you
fortunate.
get to a point where you know you're going to cover your bills, you can just kind of ease up, like in a way, like mentally, just not be panicked. But you have savings and all that.
More picky and choosy.
Yeah.
I was taking anything. I was like, what? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that sponsorship. Like,
and then you kind of
do
figure out, like, I'm worth more than that.
To make the ends meet when you first start out. So,
yeah, totally. But good luck. It sounds like there's quite a few people on here that are looking to make that leap. So it's exciting.
That's awesome.
And I have to say,
you guys know I love talking about that.
And you know that we've said this before, but it was the best decision we ever made. And it was something that we planned on and worked toward for 3 years. But it's just crazy to me. Like, I mean, like, we just have so much more freedom now. And sometimes that's bad. Like, we have freedom to just sit around and talk during the day when we should be working. But no, for real, like, we have so much freedom now as a family. We have freedom as the business, and it's great. Like, and you are probably the happiest you've ever been when it comes to working, right? I mean, he should have always been an entrepreneur, essentially. But
I was an entrepreneur caught in a white collar body.
Seriously.
All right, whatever it is, there's Big Willie. I did sell some of my tools. My man Robert got the jointer, and Katie, I do like those organizational bins. Actually, I actually really like them. I just caught the dab on the replay here. The bin part, it wouldn't be too much high to make emptying a pain. Taylor, you have to send me some shots of that, man, because I want to do that. Yeah, dude, 731. I hear you, man. I hear you, brother. And what's your name, man? I'm sorry, 731. I don't know your name. Let me know so I don't have to call you 731 because that's just weird. Let's see here. Expenses really. Oh, that's cool, man. Everybody's like, 4-year plan to go full time in the woodworking myself. Rick, that's awesome. Ooh, sell your current laboratory.
Yeah, what lab? Like,
So
I just
like I feel like he's got like Dr. Frankenstein.
Yes, I feel like you're like a superhero or a villain.
Maybe sells
and
meth.
you're like, you know, like you're like out there. Oh no, like he's like the Hulk. He's like the dude, like the scientist guy, and then
Bruce Banner.
Yeah, Bruce Banner. Yeah. Thank you. I don't know the names. Yes. No, like it's gonna be something like I'm so excited to know what your laboratory. That sounds so cool.
Yeah.
We like science.
We like science. Colin, did you answer that? Or are you an Oxford?
I did. I said
Hawk?
when I was there, they were not the Red
Awesome,
Hawks. Huh?
No, you're not. You're the.
No, they are Hawks now.
Oh, yeah.
But when I was there, they were the Redskins, and they changed that.
Canceled.
halfway through my college experience, they changed that to the Red Hawks, and everyone was all in a tizzy. But in hindsight, Miami was ahead of the curve. They were like, this is not a good thing. Like
in 20 years, we think like this is going to be an issue.
This is a bad idea.
Yeah.
That we should not be like, I don't know, using an indigenous group of people as a mascot. Like, okay. So yes, Red Hawk.
Might not want to do that.
Yeah. Fully support the change.
Rick, owning your own business means you can day drink.
You could, I guess. We don't do a lot of that.
Yeah.
We're not big drinkers. Although you would think, because we're on here drinking beer, but we don't.
We got kids. I get like all sauced up. I think our kids would just take advantage of us. So they got home and we were like 3 sheets to the wind. They'd be like, hey, Dad, do you remember that
we're not that family.
PS5 you were going to buy from me? Like, yeah, let's get it.
They would love that. Yes, no.
Yes. I love it. Matt, I did take, I did some consultations. I didn't do Channel Jumpstart. Malecki did Channel Jumpstart. It's a good program. But I did one with Tim Schmoyer.
Yep.
Who is now a friend of mine.
It has turned into a friendship.
He's a chemist and he owns a contract testing lab. Oh, I gotcha. No gamma rays.
Contract testing lab.
I don't even know what that means.
I mean, just the fact that you're a chemist, though, I think is so cool.
Yes.
How many people are chemists? Probably not that many.
Weird.
I mean, I don't know.
Taylor's going to have a hazy little thing.
I just
Taylor,
laughed
you missed.
there.
Yeah, Taylor, you missed it, dude.
What
do we?
We have
to get the Imperial.
I know it. We haven't had it in the fridge yet.
By the way, so if you guys, I think we had it last week. Was it last week or the week before? The what is it? Sour. What does it say on the thing? It's the slightly sour. But what's like the catch?
Slightly sour.
Isn't it like something
the
little
name
thing?
of it?
But isn't it like a
do you want me to go to the recycling
pink little
bin
thing or something?
Pick out, the ones that Brad always has on here that he loves.
That
the
pink one,
sour.
like there's the slightly sour ale, and I tell you what.
I could Google it.
It's awesome.
It's Brad's new favorite.
I really enjoy it. It's like a pink beer, and I like it.
A pink beer.
What are you gonna do?
But no, we took those, and you had the pink beer.
I did.
And I had the hazy little
wild.
IPA,
It's the wild little thing.
The wild little thing.
Wild
yes,
little thing.
I don't do this.
No.
We had those on vacation, and so we would have one or two at night when the kids were sleeping. It was delightful.
Yeah.
But yeah, gotta ease off that now.
Yeah. Let's see what we got. Any insight on Tim versus Daryl's course? They're very different, extremely different. So Tim Schmoyer versus Daryl Eves, they're very, very, very different approaches. Daryl is an extremely analytical approach, and Tim is a very story-driven approach.
Yeah, he's a former pastor, and you can kind
of like a brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's all about the
depends
story.
on which one of those that you more gravitate towards. I think they both have great merits. But yeah, I would 100% take. I would recommend anybody who's got a YouTube channel to take Tim Schmoyer's 30 Days to a Better YouTube Channel course. It's like $100, so it's fairly inexpensive. Versus it's like a 1 hour session with him is like $600. That's a great
Tim,
course.
You're saying?
Yeah, Tim's.
Yeah.
It's 30 Days to a Better YouTube Channel. I need to get like an affiliate for him and be like, Tim, give me an affiliate. I recommend
Give
that
us
thing
an
all
affiliate,
the
yes.
time. And I would highly encourage anybody who has a YouTube channel to take that. It's great.
It is really cool how there's so many resources out there that you can kind of plug into.
Cider?
What now?
The wild thing? And it
bit.
doesn't, it's like a...
It's got that sweetness to it.
It does.
Yeah.
It does taste like a cider, but it's like a...
We don't drink a lot of
ciders.
ciders.
It's like a tart cider. It'd be like a tart cider.
I feel like...
Because it's a slightly sour ale, right? So when I think of cider, I think sweet, but this is more tart. It's a lot more tart.
British people and Irish people, and I'm basing this solely off of videos I've watched on YouTube. I drink ciders all the time. Like, I
Ciders.
don't know. But like, we don't, like, what cider is out there? Like that,
Like
the Angry Orchard.
Angry
My
Orchard
mom
is like the
loves
big
that.
one.
Yeah.
I think St.
Those
Adams
are
has
sweet.
one.
So, yeah.
But
I'm
no,
sure St. Adams
it's like
does.
a bit like a sour cider, kind of.
Yeah.
It's very light.
It is good.
It's very light. Like
Your
it's
first, yeah, your first taste is like, oh.
not. It's like tart and light.
I'm not surprised you like it because you do like a little bit of
Like I like the salt and vinegar chips. It's
he
kinda
likes
like-
salt and
yeah,
vinegar chips. He likes
chips.
blue cheese dressing.
Has mold in it.
Has mold in it. You know what we're talking about. But no, like I do not like any of that. I'm like, ugh.
If you got, what's the guy's name? What's the
Oh,
guy's name?
I don't
If you
know.
guys have not seen this, you guys have got to go. Like we're about to end here, so you can go do that right after you
He's
get
so
off.
funny.
It's
It's
this.
Lou
It's this dude. Oh my gosh.
Lublin Vibe
Okay, it's gosh.
Emporium.
Yeah,
How many followers does he have
Lublin
now?
Vibe Emporium.
A lot.
And he's only got like 4 of them, but it's this dude here. If
Have you seen these?
if you
They're
can see
so funny.
And I saw it on TikTok.
Yeah, he's big on TikTok. evidently.
Lublin, L-U-B, here. Type it in
He,
there,
like all the other
Lublin.
people, are based in Canada.
But
I don't know what it was with Canadians.
He
They're
has
so
like
funny.
he took these like Facebook conversations and like made songs out of them, and it is hilarious, so funny. You guys have got to go see
If
that.
you have
Anyway,
not
one of
checked
his
it
things
out,
is like
you should.
yeah, blue cheese, and it's like this like lady like somebody
Who did they
asked
do
like
that with?
somebody asked like what's your favorite salad dressing, and someone's like blue cheese, and this gal's like blue cheese has mold in it, gross. And then like she just kept responding to like whenever anybody said blue cheese, she would respond and say like blue cheese has mold in it, and so he was like singing the song about it.
You have to see it.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
It
Who
is.
is it Jimmy Kimmel that does it with him
Yeah,
on that one?
yeah.
It's
And
funny.
that
The
one
girl from
from Community.
Community and other things.
And
Mad
other things.
Men.
Yes.
We don't know her name, but she's in those things. Yes. Dill pickle lays. I have not had dill pickle lays, Doc, but I think I love
I'm
dill
sorry,
pickles.
what? Dill pickle
so
what?
I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
I've seen those
Doc,
at the
I would hit
store.
those.
I
I would
want
hit
like a
those up.
little sampler bag. They should have sampler
Limo-
bags of Lays that you could buy at the store of
They
all
do.
the weird flavor. No, the
Oh.
weird flavors, like
Oh,
the
yeah,
new
yeah.
and
I was
weird
gonna say
ones.
they're called snack size.
I know, but they don't. Those are all the basic ones.
I know.
I want to have just a little bag because I'm cheap like that.
Ketchup
I don't want to
Lay's.
buy a whole bag and then not like them.
I'm sorry, Katie just went catsup. You went like old school.
Wow,
like,
she
not
did.
ketchup, like
Yeah.
catsup.
Ketchup.
You
It's
probably
a
make,
weird word.
I bet Katie makes her own ketchup.
Lemon Lays. Lemon?
Limon. It's like lime and lemon.
Lemon? You probably would like that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Man, now we're like, I'm going
I
to
know.
want chips
Gosh,
after
we're
this.
getting on the food.
Dang.
Ooh.
Don't hurt yourself. Jeez.
We're going. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah,
Well, I think that's about our time. We're gonna go watch a show.
we
I
are.
think because why not?
Why not?
We're back.
We're back,
We're back,
baby. We have to get up in the morning, but whatever. We
Whatever.
just throw all caution to the wind on Sunday. Well,
It
you
is
do.
nice to work
I
for
get
yourself.
up at 6.
My boss doesn't care if I'm a little
Yeah.
groggy in the morning.
That's true. But
Although-
it's nice.
And it is nice that Chris is on West Coast time, so
Okay, people are all
o'clock.
raving about the dill pickle
dill pickle
Lays.
Lays?
I'm buying them next
Dadgum.
time. What other ones should
All
we
right,
try that are
fine.
really good?
I'll get the dill pickle
Ketchup
Lays.
Lays sound weird to me. Sriracha, I've seen sriracha.
So,
I feel like, I've seen
Sriracha?
Sriracha. Oh, yes. I've also seen like
see,
chicken and waffle
Katie
ones.
said she's made her own ketchup and mayo.
I'm sorry, what?
They're, oh
I
my
have made
gosh,
my
they're
own
like
ketchup
salt
my
and
own
vinegar,
mayo.
but better.
Katie, you make everything.
Dang gummit.
They're like, I'm sorry, which ones? The dill pickle?
hungry now.
No. Time to binge Yellowstone. I've heard really good things about
All right, we're
Yellowstone.
doing
I
that
was
next.
telling you my
Falcon
Mike
and
said that, yeah.
Scott, we watched the first episode of Falcon and Winter
so
Soldier.
good.
We watched
Yeah.
WandaVision. That was awesome.
Man, we need to get all
I'm
these
super
chips.
excited, by the way, about this whole Marvel series where they're doing the streaming on Disney Plus. That is so awesome, and they're like
Yeah.
continuing and like bringing people in for the shows. Like, well done on
It's
that.
so good.
It's
They're just
really good.
continuing the story,
Yeah,
really.
the Marvel Studios.
We
is
love
crushing
Marvel.
It. They've been crushing it for
Yeah.
like a decade.
Yeah,
so it's awesome.
it's so nice. And I wonder if it's easier. Have they filmed those during the pandemic?
Oh, sure they have. Like
Like
Winter
that's
Soldier.
got to be smaller scale. I mean, like when you look at some of them, like they're pretty big. But like the
They
WandaVision.
just lock them all up in hotels until Because
I mean,
like Mike,
so awesome.
Mike shot a thing and he had to like stay for like 2 weeks in a hotel and like not.
What? Mike shot what?
Mike Montgomery, he did a thing for Home Depot, and like everybody had to stay in a hotel for like 2 weeks,
I
like before they even started
I
filming.
volunteer as tribute.
Get out of here.
You can send me to the hotel with the like cable TV, and I'll take
All
some
right,
ketchup.
come on, they're playing us
chips
off
with
here.
me.
Everybody's like,
Okay,
all right, we're
fine.
out, we're out.
All right,
Okay.
fine.
All right, guys, thanks so much for joining.
All
and
right,
we
good
will
night.
catch you guys. If you've not seen the short, go check it out. Brian was the first subscriber, so you're not going to be number 1, but you could
Brian
be
was
number
number 1.
10
Yep.
maybe, or 8 or 4 or 2. Who knows? So we'll catch you guys next Sunday. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and have a great week and get out there and build something awesome.
Bye.
See you guys.